Hi, I'm Maggie Lakowski from Maggie Moon Tarot, and we're going to look at the energies this week, but we're going to look at it through the numbers, actually through our birthdays. And in numerology, in Western Numerology, there's 9 numbers. So if you were born on the 29th, that's an 11. So you would reduce to a 2 because we don't use master numbers necessarily in our birthday. And so that's for our life path. But birthdays are so important. That's the day we were born. And I celebrate my birthday every month. So before we begin, I've got a candle lit to set the mood. When I was looking for charms, what charm basket I was going to use, I found this gratitude stone. So starting the week with gratitude gives us that extra mojo. So as I go through the cards and the numbers, just think about what you are grateful for. And each card and charm can be something specific to you. I will give you my thoughts, what come through. So we'll start up with the people that are born on a 1 day or their number reduces to a 1. And we have the 6 of Swords. So for the ones, the energy this week is moving to a smoother place there's a lot of shizzles going on in the world, and swords are about our mind. So getting our mind to move to that calmer place. Knowing that there is someone guiding you, because on this card it shows someone is taking you to that smoother place. And let's take a look. And I'm reading with, I forgot to mention, the Wizard's Tarot. And this is by Corinne Kenner and illustrated by John L. Blumen. It's a beautiful deck. And so for the ones, you have the tree. So moving, mentally moving to a calmer place, and with the tree, putting your roots down, grounding yourself. But also, just kind of imagine, what kind of tree would you like to be this week? How do you want to feel? Because sometimes that's a fun thing to say, okay, what kind of tree would I like to be this week? How would I ground my roots? How am I going to, when I get my mind calm, feel like I am grounded, I'm at home? Also that I extend my branches, so extend out to others. So this is a card also about health. So pay attention to this week if you have a 1 about your health. So let's take a look for the 2s. Okay, the 7 of Cups, choices. So you might have some emotional choices to make this week. And let me look at your charm. And sometimes we do put our hands on our heart, or at least I do, and say my choice out loud and see how it feels to me. And so we have the infinity symbol, or the number 8, however you want to look at it. So with the infinity symbol, it's looking at, this is an interesting thing, because with the infinity symbol, if we trace this, on our head, if we kind of mentally trace the infinity symbol, what it does is it connects the right and left brain together, and that could be really helpful, a little helpful practice in our choices. So that's for the 2s. And for the 3s this week, the energy showing up. The 7 of Wands, hold your ground, stand your ground this week. And it is a card where you do have the advantage. But with this wand, it's keep that fire going, stand your ground. Don't let anybody talk you out of something. And you have a chess piece. So it's being strategic in your energy, also how you use your energy this week. This is a game piece, so it can also talk about, how we play the game of anything. But with the wands, it's being strategic, how you use your energy this week. It's also wooden. So it feels like, okay, I might have to ground myself. Maybe I have too much energy going. So that's for the 3s. And let's take a look for the 4s. If your birthday is a 4 or is reduced to a 4. Oh, you've got the 4 of Cups. So this week, maybe you're waiting for something. Maybe something doesn't feel quite right. You have the feels. So give it some time, but also look around, and like this gratitude, kind of being grateful for what we have, because when we start to notice the new things that are coming in. So I feel like something will be coming in for the 4s this week, the energy that you will notice, that you will kind of get out of the feels, that funky feeling of, and Cups are about emotion. So something will move you this week. And okay, this is a rose. So this to me is a message from the ancestors. There may be someone that's coming through, that it has this rose. This rose is coming through from somebody because it means something to you. Someone that flowers or a rose represented. So that is for the 4s. And then for the 5s. Okay, the Tower. This card comes up. And when we look in daily or weekly reads, sometimes we think we see the Tower and that's that thing that just kind of shakes us up. But when I look at this, there's someone up in this tower, actually standing up there, and lightning's all around them. So this is a card for this week for the 5s. And 5's energy in numerology is about freedom, fun, adventure, but it's also, do you take a risk or not? And this Tower is looking to maybe shake something up. Do you need to do something before something happens? Do you need to take care of a health concern? You need to take care of a financial concern before, the Tower happens in your life. So that's what I'm seeing for the 5s. And let's take a look at a charm. Okay, this is a little owl. So this is about wisdom. Also about night wisdom, because this Tower is, it's dark, it's at night. But using your mind, using the wisdom that's coming to you. And I often think of owls and dreams, and sometimes we have those dreams of doing something and not putting it off. And that's what I'm seeing for the 5s this week. And then for the 6s, let's shuffle up for the 6s this week. Okay. And we get the 9 of Pentacles. So this is really having agency, stepping into your power, really feeling good in your own skin. You don't have to compare yourself to anybody else. This is a very powerful card. And Pentacles is about, it can be about our power, our money, our material things, but also what I'm seeing, the body, because Pentacles can also, or coins can also be about our health and our body, but how we feel and how we stand, how we show up in the world. So that's what I'm seeing as the energy this week for the 6s, is how do you show up? How you want to feel empowered, having agency. And so this one is, the charm for this one is the spinning wheel. And we often see this in fairy tales. And this is a card of work. So how do we want to show up in the things that we do? Maybe with our hands, because the person that's using the spinning wheel is doing something with their hands. So how do we want to feel? How do we want to show up? What projects are we working on? This also reminds me of projects. And what do we want to harvest through those projects? So this is the energy for the 6s. Shuffle again. Okay, for the 7s, you've got the 9 of Cups. She's cheering. Often thought as the wish card. And this one, there is plenty. She has a smile on her face, and it's like she's welcoming your energy it's welcoming you into the week, that there is an abundance. And it is Cups, so it's about how we feel about things, because often how we feel about things is how things do happen. And it's about cheering for other people that are doing well, is what I'm getting through from this. And let me take a charm for this. Oh, and it has the lantern. So when I see the lantern in a charm, where do we need more light in our life? Or how are we sharing our own light? And with the lantern, I think of camping sometimes, and having that lantern, having enough oil or fuel to light that lantern. So making sure this week that we're prepared. So that's also what this charm can mean. It might bring back a memory of a camping trip, a lantern that you had. So let's take a look now for the 8s. Okay, the 10 of Cups. This is a card of fulfillment. This family is looking at the stars. The cups are up in the air above. So for the eights, it's really looking about, it's kind of like gratitude, everything that you do have, the fullness. And the tens are the endings of a suit before we start again, or if we start over. So it's about gratitude for the people around you. It's emotional gratitude, really feeling that. Yes, we can say we're grateful for, but really getting into feeling it, and for those people around us. So for the eights, that's your energy that they suggest this week. And let's take a look. And I have the cross. Turn it this way. And the cross can tell us to keep the faith. So if there is something that we are worried about, because the cross can also be burdens or worries, but it does remind us to keep the faith. That if we keep the faith in our heart, and we do the actions. With that card, the Ten of Cups, it's a group of people, but it's also about how we feel, the fullness that we feel. And sometimes we don't feel so full, but that card is saying, this is a week of gratitude for you, and to keep the faith, even if some things don't seem like it really matches up to that card. And then for the nines, we come around to the final number. Nine's my number. Let's see what we get. The Page of Swords. This is a girl in a treehouse. And pages are messengers often. Swords are our mind. It can be also starting something new. So we may have something in our mind that we want to start, but we don't feel good enough, or maybe we don't feel like we have enough experience, but it just tells us to do it anyway. Do it anyway. And then let's take a look at what would come up for this. Oh, this is a bear charm. So, and often this is a card for children too. The pages are children in some decks, and this bear is just maybe handle things with care this week. There may be a message of a fond stuffed animal. I like to think of the this bear just reminds me of the Velveteen Rabbit, the story about how the rabbit was so worn, so well loved. So that's kind of what I think of about this bear, and to take care with things, take care with people and ourselves, and take the baby steps. Oftentimes these little bears we give at showers, when there's new births, we give little gifts. And so it's just being able to take the baby steps and not to worry about where we are. Just learn what we have to learn and take care. So that's the message, and just an overall message for the week. I'll pull a card. Transfiguration. This is death. So this is actually moving forward, moving forward. There's a transition going on. So it is, and this person has wings. You can see the light around their head. You see the skull and the candles, but you see the white roses. So knowing that you will be transfigured, this situation will be transformed for us this week. And maybe the charm is it all for all of us is, let me just dig my hand in there. Oh, the fish. Pisces. So that's about emotional feelings too, because Pisces, the sun is in Pisces. So it is also, we may feel like we're drowning sometimes, we're oversensitive, but be able to flow through life and know that we are moving. We're changing. Life never stays the same. So I would like to blow out the candle so you can make a wish. And I'll see if I have my bell to ring. So brightest blessings for the week. Peace always, and until we meet again, be well.